I used to believe love was loud, grand gestures, long calls, promises spoken like prayers. That was before I married him. I was 22 when he slipped the ring onto my finger, smiling like a man who had finally found home. He was 26, steady, admired, the kind of man mothers pointed at and said, "That's a good husband." And for a while, he was. Our love was gentle. Soft mornings, shared laughter, hands finding each other in crowded rooms. He called me my peace. I called him my answered prayer. People said we were lucky. We believed them. Marriage felt like a continuation of the dream. A bigger bed, a smaller world. Just us against everything. 2 years later, I gave him our first child. A year after that, another. My body changed. My sleep disappeared. My life became diapers, lullabies, and love that lived more in sacrifice than words. That's when he changed. At first, it was subtle. Sharp words dressed as jokes. Silence used as punishment. A hand slammed on the table a little too hard. I told myself it was stress. Men get stressed. Marriage gets hard. The first slap didn't come with anger. It came with apology, tears, knees on the floor, promises soaked in regret. I'll never do it again. He did. Soon the apologies disappeared. The hits became routine. Morning bruises hidden under long sleeves, night cries swallowed by pillows. And then came the women, texts that glowed on his phone at midnight. Unfamiliar names saved as work. When I asked, he laughed. Don't be dramatic. I stopped asking. By 25, I was married but alone, a mother of 2, a wife to a man who came home smelling like lies and entitlement. The house felt smaller, the walls listened, the nights stretched longer than they should. Then one evening, he didn't deny it. He sat across from me, calm, chewing his food, and said, "Yes, I cheated. What will you do?" Something broke, not loudly, quietly. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I just watched him sleep. People think murder happens in moments of rage. They're wrong. Mine happened after years of silence. At 25, I realized something terrifying. If I stayed, I would disappear. If I left, he said he'd take my children. If I spoke, no one would believe me. So I chose the only ending that felt like control. Why? Because love turned into fear. Because bruises became routine. Because cheating was a game. He enjoyed watching me lose. Because sometimes the victim doesn't snap. She decides. They'll tell my story in court documents, in whispers, in headlines. They'll call me a monster or a tragedy, but they'll never tell it the way it felt living inside my skin. The courtroom is colder than I imagined. Not temperature-wise, emotionally. Cold eyes, cold benches, cold assumptions. They look at me like they already know the ending. I sit straight, hands folded, wearing a dress my mother chose because it makes me look harmless. My lawyer whispers, "Stay calm," as if calm is something I haven't mastered. Across the room, his family stares. His mother's eyes burn. His sister shakes her head slowly, like she's mourning the man she thought she knew, not the one who came home at night smelling like other women. They say my name. Age? 25. A murmur runs through the room. Too young, they think. Too young to kill a man. Too young to have lived through what I survived. The prosecutor stands. "Tell us about your marriage." And just like that, the past opens its mouth. Flashback. He's smiling on our wedding day, whispering, "I'll protect you." I believed him. I see myself pregnant, barefoot in the kitchen, humming while cooking his favorite food. I see the first slap, quick, shocking, unreal. I see the second, harder, intentional. I hear him say, "Who will want you with 2 kids?" I remember the night I found the messages, not love messages, mocking ones. "She won't leave. She's stuck." Message from his mistress. "Did your husband abuse you?" The prosecutor asks. "Yes." "Did you report him?" "No." Gasps. Judgment. Pen scribbling conclusions. Why not? Because the first time I tried, he laughed with the officer. Because bruises fade faster than fear. Because silence was safer than disbelief. But I don't say all that. I just say I was afraid. They show the evidence. The house, the night, the time of death. They say I was there. I don't deny it. But here's the thing they don't expect. I never say how he died. The room waits for blood, for rage, for confession. Instead, I say, I remember standing in the kitchen, holding my baby monitor, listening to my children breathe. I remember him shouting. I remember the sound of something breaking. The prosecutor leans forward. "What did you do next?" I pause, because this is where the story splits. What they think happened. A battered woman snapped, a final argument, a fatal mistake. What really happened is quieter, messier, unclear. He had enemies, debts, a temper that didn't stay at home. That night, someone else knocked. I never say who, I just say, when I came back into the room, he was already on the floor. Silence. So you're saying you didn't kill your husband? I look at the jury, at the women, at the men, at the mothers. I said I was 25 when my husband died. A pause. I never said my hands were the ones that did it. The courtroom erupts, because now the question isn't why did she kill him, it's who did. Did she cover it up? Did she protect someone else? Or did she let the world believe what it was ready to believe anyway? I look at the jury, at the women, at the men, at the mothers. I said I was 25 when my husband died. A pause. I never said my hands were the ones that did it. The courtroom erupts, because now the question isn't why did she kill him, it's who did. Did she cover it up? Did she protect someone else? Or did she let the world believe what it was ready to believe anyway? I lower my eyes, because sometimes the truth is safer when it wears the mask of guilt. And sometimes a woman survives by letting the world think she's a villain. They found me guilty. Not loudly, not dramatically, just a calm sentence read by a tired judge who had already made peace with the decision before stepping into the room. Guilty of manslaughter, and I was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Do well to subscribe to this channel for more real-life stories like this. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.